The normal experience of flying a drone is like, I'm looking at that thing, I'm trying to figure out where it is in relation to the tree, I'm worried about crashing it. And here, don't give a fuck, just full stick forward.
Holy shit, dude. All right, we're out here. This is the X10.
Yep, so this is the flagship drone. This one doesn't have a bullet hole in it, so it's good to fly. And we'll get to show you what it can do. So I just put it down on the ground here, and then I'm holding the controller. So this is how we fly it. So I'm just gonna swipe up to take off. So this is kind of like the typical manual flight experience. So I've got joysticks. I can move the joysticks around and it'll just respond to my commands. Now the fun part here is with the autonomy system. So I've got it lined up at a tree there and I'm just gonna jam the joystick forward. So I'm gonna go full forward and it's just gonna weave its way through the trees. So this is basically autonomous flight. All I'm telling it to do is go forward.
Shit, it's just doing all that on its own?
It's doing all that on its own. So now I'm gonna go backwards. I can't even look where I'm going, right? And it's just gonna weave its way through, keep itself safe. So it comes up to the tree wall here, it'll find its way through that gap. And this is just a huge difference of what it's like to fly a drone, right? Like normally, the normal experience of flying a drone is like, I'm looking at that thing, I'm trying to figure out where it is in relation to the tree, I'm worried about crashing it. And here, just don't give a fuck, just full stick forward.
Holy shit, dude.
We can turn around here. So this will give you a sense of what the cameras can do. So here we are looking at ourselves. So right now I'm on kind of the wider field of view camera. If I punch in, so you'll see a transition here to the zoom camera. So I can like...
Wow. And it shows the thermal right next to it.
Exactly, yeah. So there's my Skydio logo. I can punch back out. We've got the thermal feed. So we're obviously gonna pop on thermal.
I gotta be honest, I don't like seeing myself.
It's not your best angle.
Looks like a AC-130 Spectre gunship is targeting us right now.
Yeah. So
what's the thing sticking out of the side?
Yeah, so the thing on the side is an attachment. It's a speaker. So we've got 4 attachment ports. You can put anything you want on there. So we've got a spotlight. We've got night sense, which gives it the ability to basically have night vision. And the speaker enables you to talk to people on the ground. So for example, if you want to like, you know, get somebody's attention.
Attention, attention. Please exit the area immediately. I repeat, please exit the area immediately.
I think we've got...
Dude, that's great. Oh, nice. Nice.
Always a fan favorite. We actually, so Miami Beach Police Department.
They requested that?
They're one of our great drone as first responder customers. They deal with like huge drunk crowds around spring break. And this has become a very useful tool for them to
nice.
Communicate with the spring break folks. So if you want, you can fly it here. So it's a little bit like playing a video game. So you were asking about how hard are these things to fly. So the right stick is gonna move you around. So the first thing to get familiar with, if you push that right stick forward, that'll push you forward. And then back will go back. And then you can go side to side. I always recommend to get comfortable with the autonomy system, just, you know, jam the stick forward into some trees and see what happens. Yeah, so that's how you turn, left stick.
You're that comfortable, just okay.
Do it.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. It's gonna go through all that shit?
I mean, it has a tolerance for how close it'll let you get. But yeah, I mean, so you're how far into flying it? Like 1 minute into flying it? This is like world-class drone pilot stuff, like flying at high speed through obstacles. And with the autonomy system, it's just
Look at that shit.
It's a piece of cake. And the real point of it is like it's fun to watch it weave through obstacles, but the point of it is that you can focus on the mission. So like if you were a cop or an energy utility worker, like you'd be looking down at the screen, right? Because you'd be wanting to do an inspection on something, and you can totally comfortably fly just looking down at the screen without worrying about like where the drone is or crashing into anything. So it's actually like if you look down, so you can see what it sees. You've got the left wheel here will control the gimbal. So if you can look, you don't have to look at the drone because it's not going to crash. So you can push the wheel. It's down below. See this thing?
Oh yeah.
So that controls gimbal pitch, and then on the right one it controls zoom. So the right wheel will zoom you in and out. And this is the point: is you just focus on the mission. Like I want to inspect a damaged conductor. You can just perch yourself next to it, and zoom in, and see whatever you need to see. And then when you're done, if you want to land it, or you want to keep flying it.
Yeah.
You can test the obstacle avoidance on yourself.
That's wild, man.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's play some chicken.
Make sure you get it properly lined up. In the crosshairs there. So you've got a bunch of telemetry here telling you what's going on. Like you've got your altitude, your heading, it's estimating the wind speed. It's flying over what we call connect fusion. So right now it's got a point-to-point radio. So there's antennas here that are talking to the drone, but it's also got cellular built in. This has a cellular modem in it. The drone has a cellular modem in it. And it's using connect fusion to fuse both those two things together. So the quality of the video link is basically the sum of the point-to-point radio plus the cellular, and it can fly on either. So you could fly this thing out 10 miles, the point-to-point radio connection would go away, but it would just keep going based on cellular. I'm sure with your background, you can imagine this being a useful capability on the battlefield. Like from a soldier's perspective, it basically just removes the mystery of what's happening around you. You can go out a couple miles, get real-time awareness, know exactly who's coming, what they've got, where they're moving. And this is actually a good example. You see these power lines, like this is the kind of work that our energy utility customers would do. Like they would inspect those things. They would stop at every tower and zoom in or out and look for damage, or if there was an outage or something, they could find what the issue was and direct the responding folks on the ground. So when you want, typically what I would do here is you can just, when you want it to come home, if you tap that button there.
Okay.
So you just tap, or I can do it, you tap that and say return to launch. So if you tap launch, so it'll now autonomously come back home. It uses a thing we call Pathfinder. So basically it has its own local map that it's building, but it also has access to global data about where the buildings are, where the terrain is, and it uses all of that to plan like the safest autonomous path to come home.
No way.
So actually,
Where is it?
It'll show up here in a second.
Where is it?
Probably coming back. There it
Oh
is.
shit, it's way up there.
Yeah.
Dude, how fucking sick is that shit?
So the other thing we can do, can I get back here for a second? So it will recognize people. So if I turn and face it here, I can go into the skills mode here. So we activate subject tracking. So it's now showing me on screen all the people that it sees.
Yeah.
So if I'll zoom in a little bit. So if I tap on you, so it's now following you. So if you run out that way,
Is it following me?
So it's basically just going to stay in place and look at you.
It is?
Yeah. So I don't have it. I could set it to move, but right now
What does it do if I go inside?
It'll basically just like sit there and look at you, and then when you come back out, it'll re-identify you and keep tracking. So you can see on this screen here. So it's locked onto you, and you know, like if you move over there, like it'll just keep staring. We're about to ship a feature where it'll actually like move itself to follow you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So then when we're done, I can just hold down on that button. It'll find itself a safe landing place. So it's using computer vision to find a good safe place to land, and it just sets itself down, and that's it.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
It's an amazing set of technologies that come together to make all that possible.
What's this thing? What's this robot thing over here?
Yeah, so everything that we just did, I kind of think of as like the classic experience of flying a drone. Like you've got the controller, you're on the ground, you can do some incredible stuff. And the autonomy system makes it much easier. You know, like you'd never flown a drone of this class before. Literally a few seconds, you were comfortable flying at high speed through the obstacles. So it's great, but the next chapter is dock and remote operations. And that's what we've got here. So
cool.
This is really the future. This is where the industry is going. So this is the Skydio dock. This is basically like the network connected charging base station for the X10. So it's got a wind sensor, rain sensor on top. It's got everything it needs to keep the drone ready to fly 24/7. So it's got a heating system, a cooling system. It can melt snow and ice off of it. And it's basically designed to operate in as extreme weather conditions as possible. So it opens up here. It's got the X10 inside.
What?
So this is what turns the drone into a fully autonomous device.
So this is what's staged all over all these cities.
Exactly.
Just
yeah, it's
bunches of these things.
installed like infrastructure. And you know, it kind of turns the drone into like a cloud server or something where the people that use it never have to touch it, right? It's just out there ready to do useful work. You guys can kick off the mission whenever you're good to go. So we've programmed an autonomous mission here. So this could just be running on a schedule. Like if you had a security patrol that you wanted to fly, you just say these times of day, I want it to take off and do its thing. And then the drone will just in the background, fully autonomously run this mission. You know, it's up there now. And the person who's controlling it can be 100 miles away, 1,000 miles away. Anybody with an internet connection can access it and fly it.
Wow. Huh. That's awesome.
So if we come over here, so this is what the drone is seeing. So this is, you had the controller experience. This is basically the web flight experience. So this is just a standard normal web browser. Anybody with an internet connection, and of course the security credentials to access it can fly the drone. And it's flying this mission where we've given it like a set stuff to go and look at. So we've got a good shot of the American flag there. So for example, our utility customers are using this to inspect all of their infrastructure continuously. So they'll say like, you know, these transmission lines, these distribution poles, I want to go and see from these angles on this schedule, and the drone will just go off and capture the data. And then, you know, you were mentioning all the kind of security patrol use cases at corporate campuses and so on, same deal. Like you can say, these are the locations that I care about. The drone will go, you know, take the same shot from the same location. And one of the ways that I think about the drones is it basically enables you to simulate having as many cameras as you want in as many different locations because it's fully software defined. So you just tell it what views you care about, and it'll go off and get them.
So let's say I have one of these for this property here, and goes out middle of the night. It's using thermals, and it sees, I don't know, a couple people hiding in the bushes.
Yep.
Then what happens? So
this is still stuff that we're working on, but basically it has the ability to detect people, right? So you saw like the tracking technology. So anybody, any person or vehicle that it sees, it'll detect. And then our software has APIs. So now it's finished its mission. It's going to come back and do a landing sequence. We should go and check out the land. But basically, it'll just send a push notification out to any system that you want to send an alert of like, hey, here's what's happening and here's what you got. So now the dock has opened itself up. The alignment slides, and so the drone is using computer vision to detect the dock. The yellow and blue QR codes there So it'll come down. It does a precision landing. You can see the slides come in to align it. And then right at the back there, there's a charging pin that'll insert as the roof is closing over the top. And that's it.
Dude, that is awesome.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to me, it's amazing technology. I mean, it's incredible stuff to get to work on and build, but the point of it is the work that it can do for our customers and the capability for them to be able to deploy these things anywhere that they need sensing, and then to be able to run it remotely and autonomously. I mean, it's just a paradigm shift in the way all these physical industries operate.
Wow.
It gives them, I sort of think about it, our identity as a company is building flying robots that give people superpowers, and this is a superpower.
Yeah, you've done it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So everything you just saw, like these are products that are currently at scale in the wild. What we're going to show you here is still a prototype, but we were talking earlier about high-speed chases and long-range response. We see this really intense need from our customers to have something that can cover much longer distances at much higher speed, which was the motivation for building this thing. And we figured the best way to sort of show it in prototype form was to integrate it into a Cybertruck. So this is the Skydio Cybertruck. And in the back of the truck, we've got a robotic arm that can pick up a fixed wing vehicle.
Dude, what?
So it's all the same core technology that goes into X10, but now we've got it in a fixed wing drone that's launched by a robotic arm. So that thing's got a gripper on it, and it can pick it up out of the truck.
Holy shit. Look at that thing.
So the beauty of the robotic arm is that you take all of the complexity of launch and land and you put it on the ground. So the vehicle itself can be as sleek and light and aerodynamic as possible. So the vehicle itself is literally just a flying wing, like the most efficient shape you can possibly get, and it's just got a fin sticking off the bottom of it. So it's using the same computer vision technology to detect the Cybertruck here. So it's got those same yellow and blue QR code looking things.
Dude, what?
Yeah, it's the future.
Is sick.
So historically, people talk about vertical takeoff and landing, and we think of this as kind of a whole new category of robotic takeoff and landing, where the launch and the land is robotically assisted. And eventually our goal is to be able to do this at speed. So have the drone or the arm be able to throw it just like you throw a paper airplane or something, and then catch it in an autonomous way. And when it's done, it stows it back in there. And that's it.
Wow.
So right now we've got this integrated into a Cybertruck, but we're building a dock for it. So just like we've got a dock for X10, there will be a dock for F10, which is the fixed wing drone, that'll probably hold 3 of them. So you've got 3 of them in there and then 1 robotic arm to launch and catch them. And it's going to be an incredibly powerful capability because this thing will have 100-mile-an-hour top speed, over an hour of endurance. So with 1 dock and 3 wings in there, you will be able to have 2 drones in the air continuously 24/7, 2 flying, 1 charging, with 40, 50 mile an hour or 40, 50 mile coverage radius from that, which we're super excited about.
That's so would these be in the back of patrol cars all over the city?
So these we anticipate, you actually don't need that many of them because they have such long coverage range. So I think most of our cities would probably have, like dozens of the X10 docks across the cities and maybe just like 1 of these in 1 location for high-speed chases. But the other thing that this does is it opens up the possibility of drone as first responder to much sparser population areas. So, like rural counties where you couldn't afford to have docks everywhere, but because this can cover so much more land area, you can have a few of these things. And then same thing for our infrastructure customers, like being able to inspect long power lines. These folks have thousands, sometimes tens of thousands of miles of transmission line. And it's not feasible to put docks everywhere along that with the X10, with the quadcopters, but with the fixed wing, it is. So you can have like one of these things that covers a shit ton of infrastructure. So we got the full family of robots. We got the R10, the X10, and then the F10, which is coming next year to cover long range, high speed, fully robotic launch land system.
Dude, awesome innovations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Super cool.
It's a huge team effort. Hundreds of people at Skydio working to make this stuff come to life.
Very cool. Thank you.
No matter where you're watching Shawn Ryan Show from, if you get anything out of this, please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share this everywhere you possibly can. And if you're feeling extra generous, please leave us a review on Apple and Spotify podcasts.